It's at ASMR Podcast. My name is Tariq Sheikh, and you're listening to an episode of Blu Steel, where I pick a Blu Ray Steelbook from my collection at home, and I discuss the packaging and the film itself. You're probably wondering why do an ASMR style recording to review a film. Well, I've been blogging about films for the past 12 months, and I've noticed on the internet there's a lot of shouting and screaming and bias all circulating on the internet, and sometimes you just need to take a step back, stop what you're doing, and realize that people are not enjoying the films as entertainment. They want to point the finger and get involved in point scoring, needless arguments. So I think it's time to slow things down and turn down the volume. So that's the reason behind Blu Steel recordings. Now, a year ago, I did not have a single Blu-ray disc, and since I started film blogging, I've got more into film. I've realised that there's some classic films that I've not seen, and so I've decided to start my own collection. Now, some films I have seen and some I've not, but I still want to own them, the physical copy on Blu-ray, whether it's a steelbook or a digibook, and that's basically it. As of today, I have dozens and dozens of Blu-rays sitting on my shelf at home. So how about we review the first one for this episode? I've got one of the rare steelbooks out there. It's the Big Trouble in Little China UK edition steelbook on Blu-ray. And let me tell you, I'm looking at it just now, and it looks beautiful. So, first of all, what I'm going to do is take out the Blu-ray from its protective cover. So, the front cover of the steelbook is a fantastic cover. It's not the exact same as the usual film poster that you would associate with this film, but it's very close. It's almost like a reworking of it. So, top left you have John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China, the original logo. You've got Gracie Law. She's in a kind of a damsel in distress pose. And in the bottom left you can see the Chinese street gang. You can see Lo Pan in the left. In the background you can see Jack Burton's truck, the San Francisco Bridge, and dead centre you can see Kurt Russell in his classic t-shirt and jeans with holding a gun in his hand. And the artwork is similar to the original poster, but not the same layout, if you know what I mean. On the back of the steelbook, we have taken from the original poster, Jack Burton and Gracie Law. A very small illustration of them, but the rest is blank, and that's the way I like it. So it's a really nice steelbook. Let's open it up. have one disc. And that uses, again, the Jack Burton and Greasy Law from the original poster. It's a nice illustration to use for the disc. I'm just going to pop that back in. And we have a booklet as well, so I'm going to take that out. And that's what I like about this Steelbook, it actually has a booklet in it. A lot of Steelbooks don't come with booklets. So this booklet contains stills from the film and a little history about the making of the film. This is a nice little booklet to have with the disc. Now on the inside of the Steelbook, we have on the left hand side a photograph of Kurt Russell as Jack Burton. And on the right hand side we have a photo of Lopan, who is the baddie in the film. So I'm going to close the Steelbook now. And I'm going to put it back in its protective case. So, Big Trouble in Little China. It's directed by John Carpenter and it stars Kurt Russell. It was released on the 2nd of July 1986, as when it got its US theatrical release. It's 99 minutes long and it's a PG-13 rating, so that would come to about 12A in the UK. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the story. It does contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the film, come back and listen to this at a later date. Truck driver Jack Burton and his friend Wang Chi go to the San Francisco International Airport to pick up Wang's fiancée Miao Yin. While at the airport, a Chinese street gang called the Lords of Death kidnap Miao Yin and take her into Chinatown, intent on selling her as a sex slave. Jack and Wang follow them, and in the back alleys of Chinatown, they get caught in a gang battle. When the Wing Kong interrupt a funeral procession the Chang Sing are having for their recently assassinated leader. During the street battle, powerful magicians in league with the Wing Kong, who are called the Three Storms, thunder, rain and lightning, use their supernatural powers to slaughter the Chang Sing. Trying to escape, Jack runs over the Wing Kong's leader, the sorcerer Lo Pan. However, Lo Pan is not harmed by this, and Wang has to help Jack after he is temporarily blinded by Lo Pan's glowing eyes. Jack's truck is then stolen by the Lords of Death. Wang takes Jack to his restaurant, the Dragon of the Black Pool, where they meet up with lawyer Gracie Law, Wang's friend Eddie Lee, and Egg Shen, a magician and local authority on Lo Pan, who moonlights as a tour bus driver in Chinatown. They come up with a plan to infiltrate the brothel, where they think Miao Yin is being held. Once inside, Jack, in disguise, starts to question one of the girls, but is interrupted when the storms crash in and make off with Miao Yin. Back in Gracie's apartment, they find that Miao Yin was taken to a place called the Wing Kong Exchange, sends rubber balls to Jack's stomach with force. Afterwards, they are taken in wheelchairs to see Lopan, now in the form of a crippled old man, where he claims that Miao Yin is safer with me than any creature on this earth. After telling them of his intent, Lopan catches Gracie, Eddie, and Gracie's journalist friend Margot entering the building on his security monitor, and sends Thunder to deal with them. Wang and Jack are taken back to their cell, still in the wheelchairs, when Wang tells Jack about the 2,000-year-old Lopan, that he was cursed to roam the earth in a ghost-like form until he can marry a special kind of girl. They break free from the wheelchairs, but hearing Thunder return, they get back into the wheelchairs and put their blindfolds back on. Thunder hangs Eddie up the collar of his jacket, and Jack jumps Thunder, who manages to push Jack, all of him, and into his wheelchair, sending him back down the ramp and nearly into a deep well. Wang and Eddie make a diversion so Jack can rescue the imprisoned girls and get out safely. Upon reaching the front entrance, Gracie is caught by a monster and taken to Lopan. Both Gracie and Miao Yin tame the burning blade, and Lopan decides to marry both and sacrifice Gracie, and live out his earthly pleasures with Miao Yin. Wang and Jack go to see Egg Shen, and, with the help of the Chang Sings, go into an underground cavern and eventually into Lopan's offices. Egg gives the group a potion that Jack says makes him feel kind of invincible, and when the group get to the ceremony, a huge fight ensues, which Jack inadvertently managed to miss due to being knocked out with rubble when he fires his gun above his head. With Wang killing Rain in an elegant sword fight, Jack and Gracie head back to the offices to try and catch Lopan, the spell having been broken. Wang joins them and takes on Thunder, while Jack takes on Lopan, throwing his knife at him, which embeds into his skull. Thunder sees this and, enraged and dishonoured at his failure to protect his master, starts to inflate to an enormous size without stopping, exploding and killing himself. Jack, Wang, Gracie and Miao Yin are cornered by lightning in a corridor, which he collapses. Egg manages to rescue them by sending down a rope from a hole above them, which Lightning tries to climb in order to follow, but Egg throws down a statue which crushes him. They find Jack's truck and make their escape back to the Dragon of the Black Pearl restaurant. With Lopan defeated, Egg decides to go on vacation, saying China is in the heart, and Jack hits the open road with an unknown to him stowaway, one of the remaining monsters. So there you have it. That is a summary to the story of Big Trouble in Little China. Now, I've seen this film several times, and what I love about it is how stylish it is, the action, the comedy, the sense of adventure, which 80s films were great at capturing. The film has this incredible pace to it, which, it doesn't slow down, and it just keeps going, and it keeps introducing these fantastic characters one at a time, with breathtaking scenes of action and heroics. You've got these one-liners and quips, and then you've got his sidekick, who is actually the hero of the film, but he's more kind of the hero in the background, with Jack Burton being the hero at the front. You've got this villain, Lopan, who is this, he kind of goes back and forth from his old, wrinkly old man into this fearsome magician, sorcerer, and he's got these long nails and his long hair and his rotting teeth, and when he's doing his sorcery and the lights are coming out of his eyes and mouth, it's a certain imagery that you won't forget. You've got thunder, rain and lightning, who are perfect henchmen, and they've got their unique powers. You've got the street gangs caught up in the battle between good and bad. It's so much going on in the film, and like I say, it's absurd, it's crazy, but it somehow works, and that's what I love about Big Trouble in Little China. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Blu Steel, and remember, you can catch me on Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. Just search for Film Gob across those sites. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.
This has been a production of Heard Yet Media.